Hi everybody, welcome to another exciting stream on Bowtie Gaming 14. So today it's like Xenox. I was like, oh yeah, we played other games the last two times. Yeah, and of course it's the computer reset, so it's time for another exciting game of will this cause echo immediately at the beginning of the stream or not? Who knows? Okay, cool. That is the only time that has happened so far. Yay. I'll take what I can get. Alright, so I did a couple of things off, well, okay, but probably like a couple hours worth of stuff off screen. I think what I decided is I'm not 100% going to prioritize doing the basic quests on stream because a lot of those are very straightforward. It's go do this, and with the definitive edition, it makes it super easy. They stream even tell you where the collectibles are generally located, as well as like this one's in particular is the one you're trying to go for. Coupled with the fact that you got the rewards tickets. Alright, I gotta turn the volume down on this TV because I had it up so I could actually hear yesterday. But yeah, with the tickets, it's like you can pay for pretty much any enemy material you would need, and it straight up tells you, like, this is the one you need. And your reward in most cases is pretty much clothing. Besides that, I leveled up a couple times, got Temenos at max level on the sword class, and now we're working through the commando class so I can start getting better at dual guns, because ideally I want to be using dual guns for my ideal setup. Oh, I didn't realize it actually had a crown if you finished it, that's nice. And then once I complete this whole branching path with the dual guns, then I'll pretty much just do the rest of them at random. One basic quest in particular I'll point out, because that one, there's a bit more to it. If I can find the darn thing. Give me a second. Here we go. See, off the record, so there's going to be a couple of these in the game. They're how you expand the field skills, because you might have seen, like, you're not at a high enough level to actually look at this thing. Such as the one that's just outside the Blade Tower. So a couple of side quests will pop up kind of at random. Like the first one was the archaeological one. You basically solve a series of riddles, then go find Solon, that HB's scientist friend, somewhere in the city, and he installs it inside of Cross's Mimiosome. So in this case, now Temenos is good to go to do anything involving the archaeological skill. So this is basically generally the bits you have to do in order to find him, and then the final one is where he's located, which I'll kind of point it out on the map. Generally, he's like right in this proximity. So yeah, I think that about covers it, because yeah, this is the only one I didn't touch because it involves like basically initiating a green side quest, which I didn't touch any of those. Let's see, 5 heart-to-hearts opened up, so it might go view those first. In terms of affinity with the characters, I'm at level 4 with all characters, and I'm at level 5 with Lao, Elma, and Lyn. So I'm working towards max affinity with the rest of them until we get the remaining 5 characters. This is what the male version of Lizelle's outfit looks like, so that's what Temenos is going to be wearing from now on, and they all have different clothing. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, then there's the mechanical one and the biological one that pop up. The quest will pop up later. I pretty much went through this whole board a decent amount of times, and all that's left is basically the initiating quest for Chapter 7, the one I mentioned, and then this one, which involves fighting a super boss. Because for some reason they give this to you early. It's not the hardest thing on the planet to fight, but because your max level is at 60, it is technically a super boss. It's just probably one of the weaker super bosses. And trust me, I tried to fight this thing off screen, and I died over and over again. So I'm like, yep, we're coming back to this later once I'm at a higher level. Let's see. Partitio Skell, I mean, I had insurance, but blew up on me once while I was trying to explore around, because I guess in terms of map exploration, I did not touch any of the probe sites, so I could do that on screen. Gosh, I was gonna say, take your pick on what's harder than that fight. Yeah, case in point, I got a decent amount of the landmarks in Kuldros, but I did not install most of the data probes, including the ones that are over here by the volcano, because that super boss in question is at the top of the volcano, and on the way up, the scale got destroyed, so we used one of the insurances on Partitio. So kind of while I was doing that, I was like, yeah, let's just have Temenos just use the Hresfell, which I am naming Catsteed for this playthrough. And then I gave Elma Partitio. I'm assuming other stuff I'll probably remember, but I think that's the gist of what I did. It was a multi-hour session of trying to just do that stuff off screen. Yeah, that checks. Plus, I know with the basic quests, I try not to do too many of them until I have the skill, because it just expedites it on so many levels. Because, like, collectibles, you can just get them faster, you can pretty much just get to everything faster. Plus, one thing I found out about the Hresfeld skill yesterday is that, unlike most of the other skills, that have, like, that vehicle, mode to it, they will fall off the cliffs way faster if you're falling off of stuff, whereas when you have the Hresfeld, you gradually fall. That is huge. Like, you can get a couple seconds off a platforming section. Well, of course, this is all pre-flight module. Once you get the flight module, then it doesn't matter, but... yeah. Alright. Yeah, first things first, those heart-to-hearts. Alright, so we got Bose's in the morning, and Hope's with the dog over there. But yeah, the Hresfeld's just glides automatically instead of turning into that car. Yeah, and I'm probably going to try to use the Hresfeld as much as possible because it's unique to this particular version of the game. And my gosh, this thing is cool. It's got samurai swords. I know the catch is that it's got fixed arts, but it kind of seems like it's got a good selection so far. Yeah, no, plus it's nice, like, by doing Liesel's Affinity Quest, or at least the first one, you pretty much get 2 free skells out of it. Like, one from the Skell quest, and then one from her quest.
You came to visit me?
Hello, Temenos. I was just petting this cute dog. He was rubbing up against my leg and sniffing. I think he likes me. Say the dog could tell Hope has a good heart. Joke that the dog must have smelled some food that Hope was hiding in her pockets. You're too kind. Petting a dog like this makes me feel like we're back on Earth. New LA's making progress, but it still doesn't quite feel like we're living up to the way we used to. Having pets around is a good first step for certain. What else do you think NLA needs to feel like Earth again? Talk about how you miss movie theaters and big summer blockbusters, muse upon how you would like to visit a zoo, rant about how there aren't enough bars, clubs, and casinos in this one-horse sleepy town. I think most of the Octopath party would agree with that. That's a horrible idea. Rather than building such disreputable institutions, I prefer we construct more churches and temples of various faiths. That way we'll be able to grant peace to everyone, no matter their creed. But if for some awful reason they do build such dens of corruption as you suggest, I don't want to catch you patronizing them, Temenos. If you have that much idle time on your hands, you should be spending it in a church. You're just like, gosh, you're talking to the cleric here. Let the cleric relax, darn it. When you come, I pray you in hopes of cleansing the dark shadows from your soul. Ultra shocks. Fry's the only one that gets me, sniff sniff. I blame Frode. Oh yeah, I forgot. I think he actually might be on the church itself. Oh yeah, another thing I discovered, like, this was probably in the original version, I just never knew about this. If you hit return to Skell, that counts as a map reset, so you don't have to warp back to a given location to, like, reset the map. Let's say if you need to another go at collectibles or like, basically getting a unique monster to spawn, that kind of a thing. If you basically plant your Skell wherever you want, that acts as another warp point until you move the Skell again. It's nuts. Darn it. Haha, got it. Is that you, Temenos? I not expected to encounter you here. When I'm not on duty, I come here to meditate. I set my entire being to the goal of finding wisdom, but such a thing's not so easily attained. Ask Bosley about his religious outlook, explain that churches aren't for meditation, temples are. I take the question to mean, how did you end up being so strangely pious? My religious journey began many decades ago in my first mission as a platoon leader in Asia. Led astray by bad intel, my platoon was isolated in the jungle, eventually overrun. A girl from a nearby village found me at the brink of death and saved my life. And there I learned the most wondrous lesson. 1 hour later, I began learning how to make a basic rice porridge. It's a simple but powerful food, and one with the power to change lives. Certainly returned me to life. What happened after that, you ask? 2 hours later? On the 22nd day after my platoon was ambushed, they came for me. Just as I finished saying my farewells, when a helicopter lifted off into the air, it was hit by a rocket. 3 hours later... And so it wasn't until the 49th day I was finally reunited with the army. And after that... a full day later, sweet gosh. And that's how I came to be here. Admittedly, I omitted several decades there, but I believe I was able to convey the gist of it. If you'd like to know more, come speak with me again. Next time I'll fill in a few of the blanks. I shall await you, O seeker of knowledge. You completed Renouncing Self. I just can't believe Cross's patience to listen to him for essentially a day and a half straight. My gosh. That is so cool. Alright, so Lexus is over here, and so is Doug's. Which means Doug has to temporarily leave the party. This is why I can never give the carrot like Alexa and Lid. I can't give them crap for liking Skells because they really are that cool. Hiya, Temenos. Aren't the VTOL aircraft incredible? You know Matthew the mechanic, right? He calls our VTOL transports V-tracers, or trancers. As you might expect, the name hasn't really caught on. When I think of airplanes, I still imagine the old school kind with propellers. My dad had a single prop airplane back on Earth. Every time he used to take me up in that thing, I'd spend the trip praying we didn't die in a crash. Kinda weird to think I'd never ride in it again. Ask Alexa why she hasn't brought up you-know-whats. Remind Alexa that at least she can ride in Skells now. Yeah, I guess I always have my... Oh, I almost said it, yikes. Tika said that she has to listen to me one more time about you-know-what. She's gonna have the maintenance center dissect my brain. And even with that, I still can't stop thinking about running my fingers down the chassis of the you-know-what. What if Tika's right? Maybe my brain is broken! Anyway, I'm trying to prove I can control my obsession. There's nothing wrong with me. But it's so hard! Praise Alexa for trying to focus on other things. Try to trick Alexa into saying the word skill. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was trying to talk about plain old aircraft. I mean, transports aren't so dissimilar from you-know-whats. They're impressive in their own way, right? Much less impressive, obviously, but they make for a nice change of pace. I mean, kinda. You know, standing here and talking about this stuff has really bummed me out. I think I'm gonna go take a walk down in the administrative district. Just to get some fresh air, mind you. Not so I can look at any you-know-whats out of the corner of my eye. You completed Meteor Launcher. And Doug's on a building. With a car.
Oh.
Hey, Temenos. Check it out, I just bought a new car. Well, pretty nice, right? Stare enviously at Doug's new ride, ask Doug why he bought the car, ask Doug if he'll use it on his Harrier missions. Are you serious? I took this thing out of NLA, I'd be a pile of scrap within 5 minutes. It's a great car and all, but I'll stick with Skells when I'm on the job. So what kind of car would you want to buy? Say a high-performance 2-passenger car. Say a large sports utility vehicle. Say a big bus that seats 40 with a huge wheel. I see you and I have a common hobby. I just can't fully appreciate the open road without a proper sports car. Only problem is you gotta watch the speed limits around here. They come down especially hard on us blades, and the fines are usually a small fortune. It's kinda interesting how you can tell so much about someone's personality from the car they want to drive. I bet Lau used to drive an SUV. Probably used to go camping with his family. I wish we still lived in a peaceful world like that, but I imagine we won't be back there for a long time. At least I can still enjoy a brief drive during my breaks. Anyway, take care, Temenos. You completed Pastimes in Pride, bringing Arena up to max affinity. Blades placed equipment caches in each district. Hope the day never arrives and we need to put them to use. Yeah, I would not be surprised. Alright, so then Arena's just literally down there. Arena, how did you teleport?
Didn't think I'd see you.
Hey, Temenos. Bet you're thinking it's not like me to be found in a place like this, huh? I was about to buy Gwyn some new goggles. His old pair got smashed during a mission. They weren't a big deal to him or anything, but he works hard out there and never complains. Thought I'd get him something to say thanks. Asked what Gwyn means to Arena, suggest that Gwyn would probably enjoy training with Arena more than a pair of goggles. Urge Arena to get Gwyn something better than goggles. Gwyn, I don't know, he's just Gwyn, you know? He's like a little brother, I guess. He's a pretty close friend to my actual little brother, so it's possible I see a little bit of him in Gwyn. I wish I'd been a better sister to my brother when he was alive, actually. Especially after I joined the military, I barely had any time for him. We rarely talked at all. I was never there to praise him or scold him. I think that's why when I see Gwyn working hard, I want to buy something to show my support, you know? Like a big sister would. Well, I better get to it. See you on our next mission. You completed Boggled by Goggles. Alright, then we got HPs in there in the early morning. I just can't wait to see what this thing looks like with the flight module, or even if it doesn't. I mean, I'm assuming the flight module will be on this thing, but I can't wait to see the darn thing. It's gonna be so cool. Of course you're on the outside of the building as well, gosh darn it. I'm excited. I probably won't be there for like a month. Oh, once we're done with the side quest, see that red dot right there? We'll get to that. For those who know, you know. HP, what are you doing? Temenos, what are you doing here? Damn it all, I can't believe you discovered my secret training regimen. I worked so hard to conceal it from my rivals, but I suppose there's nothing to be done about it now. So go ahead, make it your own, steal all of my ideas, find a new and better way to stay ahead of you. But while we're on the subject, what do you consider to be the secret of success? Say that luck's the key factor, say one's ability's the key factor, say an indomitable spirit's the key factor. Lapsters. For once, you and I are the same mind. Luck may bring victory, but only a fleeting one. Ability at sufficient levels brings not only the possibility of success, but the near certainty of it. Success comes unbidden to the skilled. It's acquiring and increasing those skills that poses the challenge. That's why I developed my training regimen. I don't see NLA as a place for rest and relaxation, but rather a forge upon which to temper my skills. After all, it seems my rival's honing his own skills at an alarming rate. Therefore, I must work all the harder to compensate. Now that I've spilled forth my secret, tell me, what is yours? Say that stuff just happens, it's nothing special. Say the credit belongs to Elma, claim that your success comes from finishing a great number of missions. I see. By completing a wide variety of assignments, you've gained valuable experience. I certainly haven't forgotten how effortlessly you completed the mission I pushed on you when we first met. Perhaps I merely need more experience to bring out the strength that lies within me. Your advice is appreciated. Seems I've outgrown my special training regimen. From now on, I will accept more missions in order to keep pace with my rival. I'll begin by engaging in 10 assignments simultaneously, then work my way up from there. Farewell for now. You completed a diligent man. I know that sounds excessive, but canonically, Cross can accept 20 basic missions at a time, so that's nothing compared to what Cross does on the daily. Alright, then Elma has one inside of the barracks. Oh, hello, Temenos. Sorry about that, I was just lost in thought. Or maybe it's more accurate to say I was getting a little bit sentimental. When exactly did this place become my home? When did I grow to love it so? So many unexpected things have happened, you know? Yet humanity's begun to lay down roots on this planet in spite of it all. I don't know. That's why I feel like my perceptions have changed a little bit. When I finish a mission and return to the barracks, it really feels like I'm coming home. Tell Elma you say you feel the same, say you don't feel that way at all. Makes me happy to hear that. Did you know that our floor is unique within the Blade Barracks? Our quarters are larger than those of other teams and also comes with the biggest kitchen. I've been blessed to be able to share them with only the people I trust completely. Nagi and Vanham even allow me to bring Lin and Tatsu in here despite her age and his, well, him. It was good of them to make this all happen. Assume it's due to her rank as a colonel. That's why Elma was given such special treatment. That's actually a bit tricky. Perhaps once he's secured the Lifehold core, I could take the time to do the explanation justice. Besides, it's no time to reminisce about the past. I know you have missions of your own to pursue. Now let's both get out there and do our best. You completed going home. Yeah, I don't know if it's changed in the this version versus the original, but at least in the original game, once you beat the main story, that dialogue is different. I will point out, like, the specifics and why once we get to that point, but just know it's, like, basically if you want to see the other version, do not do Elma's, fifth affinity, or heart-to-heart until after you've beaten the main campaign. Alright, I think that's all the heart-to-hearts, so then we'll be off to the greed missions. So most of them are in the city, but we do have 2 out in the different continents. So let's start with those.
You think a few extra meters makes you better than me?
Doug, I don't want to find out. Say, you're Temenos, right? Nice. My name's Dirk, and I'm out here on an assignment for the Harriers. I was just talking with the guys back at base about the crazy new rookie working with Elma. I was hoping we get a chance to talk someday. You guys have been cutting through the ganglion like a hot knife through butter. It's the gosh darn it game. What's the secret? You cook up genius plans before heading into battle, or what? Boast about the wild range of clever tactics you use. Tell Dirk that brute force is the only way to go. I'd love to hear your story sometime. I'm a sniper myself, so sneaky's pretty much my whole game. So you free right now? Me and the rest of Team Jagger are supposed to hunt down critters and silver them for materials. You aren't doing anything else. Maybe you'd like to come along? I just really want to watch you work. Would that be okay? You join Team Jagger on an indigent hunt. Predator and prey. Ah, nice. I'll be honest, this is my first time here and I was feeling pretty nervous until now. You don't mind, do you, Aldebert? The list of materials we're after is pretty long this time. Fine by me. I can take any help I can get. This area is teeming with dangerous indigents and there's ganglion forces around to boot. Frankly, I was worried about getting my work done while having to babysit the rookie. Hey, I've seen a few battles. I'll show them. This hunt's my chance to prove to Fina and Gret how far I've come. Tell Dirk to take it slow and careful. Tell Dirk it'll be a piece of cake. Thanks. Sure we'll bag a big one. I look forward to that when and if it happens, Rook. Now let's get this hunt started. Fina, Gret, I need a favor. We'll start the hunt here, but I need you to head to the base and gather info on the materials we're looking for. Think you can give me orders, and boring ones no less? Whoa, easy. Backup's still an important role, and besides, there's half an ice cream cake left in the freezer. We can eat it when we get back. Ice cream cake? Yeah, alright, I'm sold. But you'll Fina for this one, Aldebert. I'll keep that in mind. Alright, let's secure the area. Hunt down any Antara Monoceroses you find. How about a little race, Temenos? If what I've heard about you is true, you should have no trouble beating me. Take Aldebert's challenge, tell him to take his work more seriously. You're on. I like your style. Alright, I'm ready to do some damage. Let the games begin! Stay on your toes, everyone. We're the only humans out here and I don't want any accidents. Oh yeah, that's another thing I'm reminded of. I found this out while I was messing around. If you have a quest out there, you can actively track it from the map. Man, that came in clutch, because you don't have to go to the missions menu every single time. Xeno X! Xeno X! Defeat 5 rhinoceroses. Oh gosh. Alright, where are said rhinoceri? Here, rhinoceri, rhinoceri, rhinoceri.
Wear them down from a distance. Got it. Fire! Grenade blitz! Now get in there.
How dare you kick me?
Thank you.
I mean, to be fair, I know I do it a decent amount of times myself. It's like, yeah, I know this is in a different game, but like, it fits in this situation, or just completely changes the mood of things.
Turn this around.
I'll run with this.
Yes.
Furious
Use
blast!
range attacks next.
Tornado blade!
I don't like this.
Offensive stance!
Attack of rage.
Tornado blade!
Keeping everyone safe.
Tornado blade! Fire! We're in a good position. Move in!
Here we go.
Tornado blade!
Everyone
Still
safe.
do this alone! Tornado blade! Tornado blade! Step in.
Oh shoot, we got another one's attention. Let's go.
Tornado blade! I'm going on the offensive. Tornado blade! Rising blade!
Alright. I'm the winner. Now let's wait for their health to come back.
Use melee attacks. Offensive stance. Okay. Tornado blade. We're in a good position. Furious
I'm
move
gonna
in.
lay into him anyway.
Tornado blade. Tornado blade.
Focus is improving.
I'm going on the offensive. Got him in sight. Fire. Get him with gunfire. They're a big target. Just concentrate your fire.
I'll fight you.
Tornado blade.
Tornado blade. Tornado blade.
Oh yeah, I remember this now. This is when stuff slowly comes back to me, because like I'll be doing a quest and then a unique monster, and in this case, all of its underlings will come and interrupt you and insta-kill your entire party while you're trying to fight something, and it's like, stay away from me.
Use melee attacks. Okay. They're pushing like that. Tornado.
Focus is
I'm going on the offensive. Grab them no quarter. Tornado blade. Starball blade. Tornado blade. Furious blast.
Yeah, my personal playstyle in this game is like, unless it's a lot quicker to just take him out with the skill. With the harder fights, I definitely like to do ground fights, unless the skill can just insta-kill whatever you're killing.
Move in.
Then that's when I use the skill.
That doesn't even count as a victory.
With the exception of whenever there's aerial combat, where the skill is really helpful for trying to snipe an enemy. So I mainly use the skill for exploration with those exceptions. Because I love the overdrive combat, gosh darn it.
Going in. Roger, right behind you. Rising blade. Offensive stance. Starball grenade.
Starball rondo.
Tornado blade. Tornado blade. Tornado blade. Furious tornado blade. You're a big target. Just concentrate your fire. Tornado blade. Now it's your turn. Right. Victory is ours.
That doesn't even count as a
Victory.
Both Gwyn and Temenos are on fire, literally. Alright, now that we've killed the Monoceri, let's go talk to Dirk and Co. Be reasonable, Gret. You just can't. I can't run back to the city to pick you up a new ice cream cake. Then go wipe out every single last one of those ox serves. I had one tiny luxury in the midst of this hellish wasteland, and those bastards ruined it. Someone's gonna die for that. No, I hear you, but we're kind of busy trying to find that noble silk. 10 minutes, perfect timing. Some gangly machines called Oxserve stole Gret's ice cream cake, and she's not happy. And once our little princess gets going, there's no talking sense into her. I need some help. Could I ask you to either gather the noble silk or go take out the Oxserves? Agree to collect the noble silks, take out the Oxserves. Aw, thanks. I'll allow you to be my top servant now. Well, maybe second to Adelbert. Now go show those ganglion dogs what happens when you interrupt a lady's sacred snack time. Yeah, sorry, she may seem a little crazy, but she's a true soldier underneath. Try not to judge her too hard. Excuse you, Adelbert, how dare you speak of me that way? Sorry. Besides, I actually like crazy. Anyway, thanks, Temenos. It's in your hands now. Get to work on our job in the meantime. Acquire an ice cream cake from the Oxserves in the basin over there. So while we're over here, I'll go install that probe. Very carefully, because so many freaking enemies. 402. I was gonna say, as I give those antigens a stare down. Alright, crisis averted.
This might be a challenge.
Time to go back next to the robot again. NW Seal Sand BC. Hello, my favorite level grinding spot.
Uh-oh. An aura ought to set this right.
FN Site 406.
Uh-oh.
Get away from the
An aura
Zig
ought to set
first.
this right.
South Cinder Dunes.
This might be a challenge.
Nope, nope, abort.
This is more than my skull can take.
Nope, we're getting out of the scale.
Incoming hostiles. Be careful.
At least we got a warp point. Better basic. Abandon ship before the ship is destroyed.
I need healing.
Okay, we're good.
Ready?
I'll try not to get in the way.
I'm going in. Use melee attacks.
Fire up and spree!
We're doing good. Break out some bombs.
I'll run with this.
Beam barrage!
Focus is improving.
Shooting star.
I'm going on the effect on me. Grant them no quarter.
It's too hard to outmaneuver them. Help us, please.
Of course, it's just gonna camp up there like a wuss.
Power dive. Grenade blitz.
No use. Use the bombs to turn this around.
Now get in there.
I have to turn this around. Sorry.
Got it. Got him. Move in and attack.
Yeah, it is really just hanging up there like a wuss.
Fire up and spree!
I'm not going to make it.
How's this?
Grenade blitz. Defensive stance. I'm not doing any better.
Beam barrage!
Got him. Move in and attack.
Fire up and spree!
Power dive.
And that's like all I can do is power dive.
Forget about me. Just unload on him. We can just tumble them with gunfire.
Oh my gosh, we finally downed the darn thing.
Tornado blade.
Enough for me to do one hit on it. Yay!
Defensive
Beam
stance.
barrage!
We can just tumble them with
Fire up
gunfire.
and spree!
Game ends.
That doesn't even...
So yeah, for the love of everything, bring a Skell to that fight, cause my gosh. More Earth aliens. Huh. First we find dinner, now dessert comes to us. Tell the prone you don't taste good, prepare to battle the prone. More fun when dessert tries to run. Now you will learn the true meaning of hunt. Apparently they like to eat robot.
Let them down from a distance. Offensive stance. Don't give them a chance to rest. Tornado blade.
Fire up and spree!
Tornado blade.
Here we go.
Tornado blade. Grenade blitz. We're in your position. Watch it. Move in. Tornado blade. Tornado blade. It's not over yet. That wasn't.
Beam barrage!
I have to keep. I don't.
Oh, they must have triggered the robots. Gosh darn it. Swap him out for somebody who's less likely to trigger the robots. It's the downside of those ray guns.
I'm going in. Roger, right behind you.
Power up. Get yourself ready.
I'll get the most out of this. Terrestrial rising flame. Furious blast. Wild burst. Grenade blitz.
Shooting star.
Rising blade.
blade! Tornado blade! Step in and slide them back.
And done. Head back to Dirk. Adelbert, oh no, what am I supposed to do? Oh, it's you, I'm sorry. What should I do? If I don't do something, they'll kill them. Ask Dirk what happened and tell Dirk to calm down. Right, sorry. Adelbert got back, so we were eating dinner here. Then a whole army of those prone guys came and they killed him. They killed Adelbert. He was trying to shield Gret. He rushed him, but then they stuffed Gret and Fiend into sacks and took him away. They fought like hell, but it didn't matter. Please, you have to save them. They were headed to the northwest. There's a cave there. That's gotta be their hideout.
Well, this is an earth-splattering development.
Hell, is not the time for the love everything. FN Site 401.
This might be a challenge.
Yeah, once you come into this cave, it's filled with mid-level 30 enemies that will just target you with no remorse, so be careful. No, get away from me! Don't come any closer! No, stay back! Try to calm Fina down, yell at Fina until she snaps out of it. Huh? Oh, right. You're here for me? Oh, thank goodness. But those monsters, they... Ask Fina what happened, flee with Fina from the cave. No, not until I've made them pay. You have to kill those prone. Kill all of them. That's what she kept me alive to do. They dragged her off, all of her pieces, like they were gonna use her for something. I think they have some kind of orders to do that. Please, I just can't run away. I'm begging you, find those prone and their boss and give them what they gave Gret. End them. End them all. Yeah, if you keep letting her talk, she basically goes into very grotesque detail about what they did to Gret. It's not pretty.
This might be a challenge.
Like, we're talking physical dismemberment and the whole lot. Like, I don't care if you're in a Mimius-owned body or a human body, that's disturbing. Welcome on in.
What a nice welcome.
Incoming hostiles. Be careful.
I'm going on the offensive. Offensive this. Tornado blade. Break out the front.
Absorbers.
Tornado blade. Tornado blade. It's not over yet. Tornado blade. Going on the offensive. We're in a good position. Move in. Okay. Like this. Tornado blade. This extends.
Yeah, because there's so many enemies who've already hit the max count on this thing.
Break out those guns. Tornado blade. All right, I'm getting it. Tornado blade.
Alright, we kill all of them, let's go.
Congrats.
Then we get blasters that are named after the two of them. Oof. Which implies that's what they were doing with those Mimiosome parts. Ugh.
What? Crap, looks like they saw us. Use melee attacks. I'm going on the offensive. We'll put a NATO blade. Offensive stand. Don't give them a chance to rest. NATO blade. NATO blade. NATO blade. NATO blade. Going on the offensive. We're in a good position. Move in. Okay. NATO blade. Just serves to make me stronger. NATO blade. Not over yet.
Use a buff so we can turn this around.
Tornado blade. Offensive stance. Tornado blade. Tornado blade. Right.
We saw this coming.
And done. Until this one shows up.
Use melee attacks.
Put a sock on them.
We're in a good position. Move in. Thank you. Furious blast.
Use range
Offensive
attack.
stance. Tornado blade. Tornado blade. Tornado blade. See that? Rising blade. Put some power.
Did you actually?
Then it's over. Won't bring Adelberg and Gret back. But at least those bastards paid for what they did. That's justice. That's right. Agree with Fina that justice was served. Tell Fina that revenge solves nothing. Thank you. I'll head back to camp and tell Dirk what happened. I want to repay you as well, so please come when you can.
Please be gentle.
What a raw deal.
Fina told me everything. What happened to Gret was... I still can't even process it. But even just Fina surviving's a miracle. That never could have happened if not for you, so... Thank you. Ask where Fina is now, express regret for not saving Gret. In the tent asleep, she has to turn off feedback from her nerve circuits. The slightest noise has her shaking and screaming. She kept saying, the prone, over and over again. Not that I can blame her. She saw Gret's, She saw everything. I'll take Fina and head back to the city. I'm not leaving her side until she recovers, no matter how long it takes. It's the only way I can atone for letting my fear stop me from helping Adelbert and Gret. Nod and say that's what they would have wanted, chastise him for using Fina to alleviate his own guilt. You're like a saint. Hope I can find that kind of mercy and love in myself. Fina's gonna need it. You may never work as blades again, but I hope you'll continue to grow strong. Here, I know it isn't much, but maybe it'll be enough to help you save someone else. You saved 2 blades, but Adelbert and Gret were lost. Their deaths are a reminder of Mira's dangers. Gwyn gets max affinity. Yeah, that is a taste for what's to come. Yeah, some of them get really dark like that. Yeah, and unfortunately, that is best case scenario on that quest. Canonically, both of them perish. Like, there's some quests where you can save everyone or most people. With them, they both lose their lives no matter what you do. Alright, so then the next mission I was gonna do was out in Caldros. Whee! Ah, some bodyguard friend is. Where his weapon? My weapon, it got totaled by some monsters on my way out from NLA. Better it than me, though, am I right? Anyway, what's the big deal? You give me a new piece, I'll keep you safe, just like our contract says. I see your name and having flashbacks. Are you here to kill Oswald again, Harvey? I'm on to you. I'll just be waiting here until you get it worked out. Okay, Fuzzy? Why is Zazanzan running errands for Harvey when Zazanzan is boss? Friend is Blade too, yes? Are all blades so bad? This one is useless. Criticize Harvey's work ethic, say that unexpected setbacks can happen to anyone. Ain't that sweet? I'll get misty-eyed over here. Jerk Harvey not take either of us seriously. Friend may be right in theory, but this blade's certainly exception. Zazanzan should have asked someone like you from the start, friend. Still, contract is signed, so Zazanzan is stuck with lazy bodyguard. Oh, you really know how to make a guy feel special. Look, this ain't hard. You find me a weapon, and I risk my neck to keep yours intact. Alright, fine. You, responsible blade friend, go find weapon for Harvey so he can do job and defend Zazanzan. Please? Zazanzan's in a hurry to deliver inventory to NLA. The bodyguard. Find a weapon for his bodyguard, Harvey. Zazanzan's glad to have a friend that's so reasonable. Now go fetch random weapon. Whoa, it's an iron sword or possibly, pal. Personal policy, no exceptions. Oh, and my buddies will need a warrior assault rifle and a titanium shield. Bangs and junk, yeah? There's tomfoolery frost cookies of Zazanzan, but there's probably no use arguing. Sorry, friend. Back to the city! Alright, back to Caldros. Whee! I'll look up, pick up this probe site while we're at it. FN Site 505. Vroom vroom! Data probe installing ongoing. Man, quit touching merchandise, Harvey. That inventory very important. Whoops, you got it, boss. So what exactly are we shipping here? That is nothing Harvey need to worry about. Just do what Zanzan pay you to do and keep it safe. Ah, responsible friend is back. And the weapons? If friend has them, please hand them over. First was Iron Sword. Next was Warrior Assault Rifle. Third was Titanium Shield. Good. Is Harvey happy now? Looks just fine to me. Should be more than enough to keep you and your stock safe, boss. Zanzan wonder. What does friend think? Does Harvey seem capable of protecting Zanzan? Say that Harvey looks skilled enough. Warn him that Harvey doesn't seem trustworthy. Zanzan agreed. With Harvey as bodyguard, we may not make it through Silverlum in one piece. Zanzan should have hired you instead, friend. In any case, thank you. Please take this. The Zanzan and now armed Harvey set off towards NLA. You two done over there? Yes, now we can leave. And maybe Harvey will learn thing or two from hardworking friend here. Will do, boss. Now that I got a weapon, ain't nothing out here that can stand in my way. Time to hit the road for home sweet home. Next stop, NLA. Quest complete. And before we head out of Caldros, I was gonna grab this probe that I passed up off screen just because we have a landmark that's adjacent to it.
This might be a challenge.
Whee! Site 515.
This might be a challenge.
Might be able to snag this now that we got a Skell.
Challenge
I'll put
accepted.
him down.
Nope, we're bail.
Magnum edge.
No. I have to turn this around.
Like, abort! Yeah, eventually there's gonna be a part 2 to that side quest, but it doesn't look like it spawns in yet. Alright, back to NLA then. Yeah, there's definitely moments in this game where you're just like, is it worth having my Skell explode for this? You really gotta ask yourself these questions. Next, we'll tackle this one from Serona.
Hey!
Hey, look, it's Temenos. Wait, sorry, you don't know me, do you? I'm a blade, same as you. I'm with the Prospector, so I mostly handle jobs where folks need natural resources surveyed and raw materials collected. You're an Elma's team, right? I've been working under the Colonel lets you see a lot of tough assignments. But you're still breathing, so it must be going okay. Tell Serona that you're doing alright. Complain to Serona about all your woes. You certainly look like you can handle any task folks throw your way. I'm jealous. Yeah, Serona, you do not want to know what I just did. It was not good. Like right now, I got a request in to survey a mountain way up north. It's a nasty spot and I have no idea how to tackle it. The mountain itself is dangerous enough, but then you add all the weird wildlife. Not to mention it's been crawling with Xenos lately for some reason. Especially those reptile ones. The Manon or whatever? I bet they're using their crazy high-tech weapons to kill everything. Indigents or humans. Confirm the Manon are indeed crazed killers, scoff at Serona's assertion about the Manon. No way, my buddy says they're super dangerous. They'll kill you 5 times before you hit the ground. If they wanted, the tech on that spacecraft could burn NLA to a crisp in seconds. They're just biding their time, I tell you. Me wandering alone in some treacherous peak full of their kind sounds like crazy talk. So, you free today? Come on, it'll be fun. Mountain climbing. Who doesn't love a good hike, eh? Let's go conquer this peak together. I'll even split the reward 50-50. All you have to do is beat up any weird Xenos we come across. Oh, and make sure I don't get fried. You agreed to join the Prospector Serona in her survey of Primordia's North Mountain. Thanks. Been so stressed out, I've even had a dream last night I've been abducted by Manon. They did weird things to me. I gotta tell you that I was this close to just bailing on the job entirely. Tell Serona to take her work more seriously, sympathize. Yeesh, sorry to know you were so serious, jeez. I want to be this useful to the city too, you know? I'm just scared. I feel way better about going now that you're coming along, though. I mean, I know we're going for serious work reasons, but it should be fun, right? Clean air, nice views, mountains are great. I'll go ahead and wait for you at the foot of the mountain near the second terrain of Talon Rock. Don't keep you waiting too long. Punch. Alright, so we're headed all the way over here.
Hi!
There you are! Hey, do you remember to bring food? How about warm clothes, climbing tools, avalanche probe? Between rock slides and falls, the mountain can be more dangerous than any of the animals living on it. Gotta stay focused, even if you know the area well. Tell Serona you're good to go, express how easy this will be for you. Awesome! And on my way here, I did a bit of preliminary digging just cuz, and I've already found some crazy stuff. Like here I have some lion-born board and, called TM. Gotta love with made-up words. Both minerals used in making scales and weapons. Pretty valuable find, that. If you can find some more samples, we'll have enough to run purity tests. Want to help me look? Great, then let's meet back here once we found a few more samples of both. Sound good? Just be sure to watch out for wild animals and Xenos and Yetis, even though I don't think they exist. And of course we got the materials already. But what? Oh, thank goodness, it's a killer alien! Is that a Manon? What do? It's gonna abduct us and perform weird experiments on our bodies and then eat us! Yeah, I think you're thinking of the prone. At least the prone that we came across the last time. I have no intention of eating you, understand? Please calm down. I just want to be friends with humans, okay? I'm actually glad we met here. Yeah, like I'm gonna fall for that, right? Back me up here. Say it's dangerous to trust unknown Xenos. Tell Serona the Manon is clearly not hostile. What? But my buddy said the Manon have all kinds of dangerous tech and they can't wait to use it. The Manon hold no hostility against humans, you know. At least I hold none against you. Nope, not buying it. Now stand back. Any closer, I'll shoot. I guess that means we can't be friends, doesn't it? You plan to stay? Be careful of Siniculas, okay? Many men have been attacked here, you know? Look, you made her sad, Serona. Are you happy now? She seemed kind of... Yeah, exactly! Definitely seems like it, my gosh. I was gonna say, I'm like, yes, I mean, I guess Serona is aware at least. Nope, not thinking about it. She's clearly a killer alien that's gonna eat me. Anyway, how about those mineral samples? Perfect, you found them. Nice work, partner. Hey, I'm kinda, thinking this mountain probably has all kinds of useful stuff buried in it. Let's forget about that Xeno and keep up the search. Meet you up ahead. Oh, trust me, we're getting to Alex. Because, like, for those who don't know who Alex is in this game, you're in for a weird ride. He's really something. Alan Rock 3rd Terrain. Grab this while we're at it. You're safe now. Try to calm down, okay? If you cried, that thing might hear you. Right, I understand, but are you sure about me? I'm a man-on, you know? You called me a killer alien, but then you helped me anyway. Yeah, I was kidding. It's a term of endearment. Ask Serona what happened. Tell Serona you're proud of her. Ah, Temenos, perfect timing. We were near this bridge-like formation up ahead when a ferocious Senicula attacked. I just grabbed this kid here and ran like the wind. Sorry to be a pain, but do you think you could jog over there and take care of it for me? You know, pop, two in a hat? I'll be looking after this girl while you take care of business. I can catch you up on the details later. See if I can find them on this massive affinity chart. Yeah, they're pretty similar in age, 20 and 22. Whee! Alright, there's the Senicula in question. This is where you gotta be careful because it is right on a cliffside.
I'm going in. Roger, right behind you. Offensive stance. Grenade blast. I owe you. Tornado blade. We're in a good position. Move in. Okay. I'm going on the offensive. Furious blast. Tornado blade. Tornado blade. Rising blade. Tornado blade. We're in a good position. Move in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't fall off the cliff, Temenos, be better.
Okay. Like this. Let's do this. I'll make sure to leave a dent. Break out those tornado blades. Offensive stance. Mindstorm. Thanks for luck. Now get back to shooting.
Essentially, the rest of the party just acts like a meat shield while Temenos does all the damage.
We're in a good position. Okay, move in. Like this. Burning slash. Tornado blade. It's not over. Let's do this. Cripple them with gunfire.
And it's dead. Ta-da!
Love troubles? You sure you want my help?
Alright, back to those two. Yeesh, we could hear that Siniculous screams from here. Hope we can get to the summit in one piece now. You're headed to the top to gather materials too, right? Inise, wanna come with us? Really? I mean, it's been so much fun having someone to talk to, but are you sure he won't be getting in the way? Don't be silly, besides I owe you one for the candy you gave me. Oh, speaking of which, you gotta try this chocolate, Temenos. This stuff's bananas! Bananas! By which I mean crazy, now that it tastes like bananas. Apparently, it's all the rage of the Manon kids these days. Taste some of the Manon chocolate, turn down the offer to try the chocolate. Give me the chocolate! It's sweet, but there's that perfect hint of bitter, right? I haven't tasted anything like it in NLA. What do you think? I mean, am I crazy, or is this the most amazing thing in the history of things? Seriously though, how do you make this? I want to marry it, then I want to get stuffed into my coffin when I die. Well, the viscera of the Siniculus dried out and condensed before being reconstituted with bile. The resulting treat is both delicious and nutritious, no? No, are you serious, Inise? Girl, you gotta tell me these things ahead of time. Is that a problem? I know Siniculas are dangerous primordial creatures, but their flesh contains no poison whatsoever, you know? Almost wish it did. But no, there's no problem. It's still very nice of you to share. Let's just head for the summit. Hey, Temenos, Inise and I are gonna go walk and talk for a bit. Meet you at the top, okay? They're like, I wish it tasted like pizza. Oh, yikes. Is that you, Temenos? Nise. Where's Nise? Is she with you? Tell Serona you haven't seen her. Ask Serona what happened. Sorry, I shouldn't panic. I'm glad you kept me calm at least. I've read about a type of bladder that lives called the abyssal bladder. Guess we found one. We must have been gathering mineral samples in its territory, which is why I got mad and dive-bombed us. Inise pushed me out of the way. She probably saved my life. Then I saw the thing fly off into that cave up ahead. Please, you gotta help me find her. I know we only just met, but she's my friend. And Peppino's like, take a pizza! Thank you! Another enemy, or cave where there's a crap ton of enemies, but at least these ones are like mid-level 20s. Of course, the plus side, you can gather TP like crazy because you're hitting multiple targets at once. Especially with Tornado Blade!
Tornado Blade! Okay. Step in and drive them back. Ultra Slash! Right.
And they're all dead. Alright, just confirming that, so Gwen hit max. Oh, right, because we got rid of Doug because he was aggroing stuff I didn't want him to aggro. Well, he can come back for now, at least.
Sure, we can do this the hard
Not
way.
another one! Darn it!
Wear them down from a distance.
Of course! Now what? Play out this spree!
Let's do this.
Rascal!
Tornado blade!
Now
Get in there!
take a moment to recover.
Reinforcements? We can take them if we're smart. Tornado blade! We're in a good position. Move in!
All play!
Tornado blade!
I was gonna lay into him anyway.
Rising blade! I'm going on the offensive.
Astral purge!
Absorber skin!
Thank you.
Play out!
Tornado
Be
blade!
careful!
Tornado blade!
Murder! Murder everything!
Move in!
We'll put the salt
Tornado
on them.
blade! Tornado blade!
Use range.
Rising blade!
Alright, round 2 is dead.
Yeah. Huh. Huh.
Ooh, big bladder.
Seems the sleeping dogs have risen.
Use melee attacks!
Rascal! I was gonna lay into him anyway. But also right now, my dreams
Boy, will it.
Tornado blade! It's not over yet.
Double Rondo!
Is
Now,
anyone
clip
hurt?
him then.
I heard a big commotion. Was that you taking out that bladder? Yes, amongst other creatures. Tell Serona that Bladda's dead and she can relax. Warn Serona not to get too comfortable. True, we're still in their territory, so anything could happen. Sure glad I picked a cautious partner. So is Anise okay? Huh? Anise, what's wrong? She's not moving. How do you do CPR on a man-on? Where's the heart located? Can I even take a pulse? Why did I bother learning anything useful about Xenos? Come on, wake up, please. We only became friends. It's way too soon for goodbye. Yay! Friends? We're friends? You're okay. You be my friend even though I'm a man-on? Really? Really, really? Tell Anise that she and Serona have been friends for a while now. Tell Anise that she and Serona are not much friends as kindred spirits. I'm glad. We started out in New LA from our ship for some time and I felt a longing, maybe? I wanted to get closer to the curious cyborgs that somehow overflowed with warmth, you know? Anise, are you alright? My joints ache, but I don't think anything's broken, so that's good, right? Thank goodness, to get you out of this cave and patch you up. I promise I won't let any more big slobbery monsters get anywhere near you. Thanks for everything, Temenos. We gathered some great mineral samples and verified the local wildlife. I'd say our survey's done. Here's the reward. That's pretty useless this time around, so you should have it all. Yeah, I'm sure. I made a new friend from this assignment after all. That's more than enough a reward for me. Despite setbacks, the survey's complete. Serona and Anise have forged a friendship across race boundaries. We're heading out. See you back home. You ready, Anise? Yes, Serona. On the way down, I can point out various mineral deposits and herbs if you like. Hey, slow down. I appreciate the thought, but we gotta get you looked at first. Yay! Friendship! We needed some wholesomeness after that last quest. On to the next one. For what possible reason must I believe in an invisible existence simply to receive some water? Blasphemy! You would openly mock our bringer of miracles? I don't rightly see how I can mock something that does not exist. I'm asking for just a little water everyone else is drinking, okay? One sip and I'll be on my way. Such presumption, and yet, even still, our God decrees that his miraculous water should be shared with you. If you refuse to join our faith, the cost will be 2 assassin springtails. I was gonna be like, time for the cult side quest. Out of the question, yes. Now let me stop this stubborn selfishness and ask you to take the water I need. I tend a large flock of Manon, but never once have I met someone so as rude as you. Malitiff, please remove this unbeliever from the premises. I'm sorry, but I must ask you to leave, yes? Only those who believe in the bringer of miracles are welcome in the church, you understand? You seem incapable of such faith, don't you? As a fellow Manon, I pity you. Did you catch all that? Do you buy into all this invisible god nonsense the woman was talking about? Explain you feel the bringer of miracle presence? Dismiss it as all superstitious hooey. You're a rational human, aren't you? Seems we share the same opinion. But I fear rumor has spread that the water from this church can cure the disease presently sweeping the Manon community. This has led many to believe, right? I'll be candid with you, okay? I suspect this group caused the outbreak intentionally, perhaps as a means of recruiting more members? My hypothesis is correct. I'm duty-bound as a physician to take action, aren't I? If I could just acquire a sample of this miracle water, I could analyze its contents and expose their plot, can't I? Do you find this cult suspicious as well, maybe? Will you join me in unmasking Frazzy as a fraud? A miracle maker! Acquire the miracle water and expose Frazzy's plot. Then you must first help me by finding 2 assassin springtails she asked for, okay? Meanwhile, I'll go investigate the Biano water purification plant. The first cause of Manon falling ill occurred just after the plant was completed, you see? Therefore, there's gotta be some connection, right? Alright, we got him already, so next portion. Phew, if what in the name of science were those creatures? I was on my way to Biano Lake when a pack of them forced me to turn tail and run back here. This planet is certainly generous with ways to die violently, isn't it? Tell Takata it's not safe to wander around unescorted. Ask Takata if he was hurt. A few bumps from occasionally stumbling, but worry not. Dr. Takata is treated far worse, haven't I? I had myself patched up in no time. That's my report. What about you? You're able to track down those assassin springtails? How astonishing! Thank you so much. Your blades never fail to impress, do you? Alright, Frazzy, a deal's a deal, isn't it? Let's have some of your miracle water. Never expected you to actually track down 2 assassin springtails. Very well, as you say, I made a promise. I shall stand by it. I assume you have no further business here, and I must ask that a brutish unbeliever like yourself never return to the church. Good day. So this is their miracle water, then. I must say, it looks like just like every other water I've experienced. I see, this tastes like... I need to analyze it more closely before I can be certain of anything, don't you think? I'd like to ask you to visit the Biano Lake water purification plant and see if anything seems amiss. That's okay with you. If we can gather one more piece of evidence from there to tie down this case, then maybe we'll be able to pin Frazzy down? Let's meet back here once we're done, alright? Off to the purification plant! Caught you red-handed! I'm just like, there's only one... Tamino's like, there's only one god around here, and it's Alfric! Technically 8, but I believe in Alfric. Go forth, bringer of miracles! Share your pestilent gift with old Manon and its NLA, yes? Who is it? What are you doing here? Insist on knowing what Malatith has done to the reservoir. Explain to Malatith that Sakat asked you to come investigate. That blasphemer, he had to interfere here too. Well, the bottle's it's nothing. Someone seems very sus. Corner Malatith. Not here. This can't stop here. Not after the bringer of miracles has grown so large on this medicine, right? Demand to know what was inside the bottle. Place Malatith under arrest. You're not taking this bottle, are you? No! Bringer of miracles, hear my prayer, won't you? Make manifest your power now! I see him, yes. I can see my god. I knew it. Yes. Frazi, you're the true deliverer of the Manon. Well then. Your miracle water's a scam, isn't it? It's nothing but an antitoxin used to neutralize a very specific poison, correct? Wake up, my friends. This bringer of miracles doesn't exist, does it? How sad that your lack of faith leads you to invent lies that tear down others. I'm sure you have no proof of these absurd claims. Proof? And what about you, then? What proof do you have this invisible god of yours even exists, right? Why, his presence is manifest in the Manon healed by his miracle water. What further proof do you require? Isn't that correct, everyone? Are you all not firm in your belief in the bringer of miracles? You couldn't do anything for me when I went to go see you, Doctor, but her god cured me. The bringer of miracles succeeded where Manon's science failed, okay? Frazi is a savior, here to heal all sick Manon with her god's miraculous power. But it's not rational, is it? You have your answer, Doctor. The Manon need the bringer of miracles, not a sad man of science who refuses to see the truth in front of his face. Now leave this place immediately. Malatith, escort our guests out. Tell Frazi that Malatith won't be coming back. Show Frazi the bottle she was carrying. I gave that bottle to her. Why do you? What perfect timing! I became a little impatient and started the confrontation without you, you see. Let me see the bottle, alright? I'll end this farce right here and now. Frazi, you yourself confirmed this was in Malatith's possession, didn't you? Now look, everyone, see what happens when someone drinks this, okay? This is the poison extracted from assassin's springtails and engineered to affect only Manon, isn't it? You were planning to dump this into Biano Lake, then claim it was a disease affecting the Manon who drank the water and fall ill, weren't you? Then when they drink your miracle cure... their symptoms vanish immediately, don't they? Miracle indeed, no? Wait, that's fraud, right? Frazi, is that what the doctor says is true? Of course not. Whatever drug the doctor has, he obviously cooked it up to undermine our beliefs. Say Frazi's fingerprints should be on the bottle. Suggest they investigate the church for similar bottles. You lied. I'll have it checked out immediately. Then we'll have our answers, won't we? Malatith, you had one job, and you couldn't even do that right. Bringer of miracles, render these fools to ash with your burning light. You stand in defiance of our righteous and vengeful God. Now you and your sins will be purged from this world for all time. Well, that was a thing. Phew, I'm glad that whole mess is over, right? I couldn't have done it without you, could I? Here, please take this along with my thanks. You exposed Frozzie's lies in front of her flock. The cultists should come to their senses now. This whole debacle just further proves to me belief in invisible, untestable things is madness, isn't it? Man, and have come this far without gods, haven't we? I'd say that's to our credit. As a physician, I think it's my job to protect my people from this sort of dangerous illusion in the future, isn't it? Supports Takata's anti-religious fervor, explain that not every belief is a scam. So you believe some supernatural being is out there somewhere just watching us? I'm afraid I can't understand this, you know? But I respect your opinion, okay? So perhaps I'll explore the matter further before I reach any final conclusions. Alfred's just like, what the heck, man? And that brings us to max affinity with hope. Alright, then we got a quest over here. It's not fair! I produce way more results than that. This is discrimination. Hey you, I don't know who you are, but you're gonna sit here and listen to me carp about my problems. Listen to Rosie's story, find something better to do. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh no you don't. If I don't get this off my chest, I'll explode, and that would make you a murderer. So unless you enjoy prison, I suggest you listen. So my research team has been working on a water purification facility in Biano, outside the city, and we finally finished it. I know, right? Party time, woo! But party time canceled, boo! Because then everyone had to move out to the site. And they didn't invite me, and then I hear this other girl on the team, Aja? She just got promoted. How does that make sense? It's discrimination. I would totally win if I sued them, right? Hope a lawyer made it on the white whale. Agree with Rosie it sounds unfair? Ask Rosie if her personality has anything to do with it. Excuse me, I have a wonderful personality and I will crush you if you say otherwise. No, I know what this is about. Aja's just a tiny bit cuter than me, so they took her instead. It's gross. I'm sure Aja's hard at work frolicking with Ian and the others on their happy little lakeside vacation. I'll be tanning and swimming and eating chips. They haven't even bothered with their daily check-in for days. That's how good of a time they're having. It's abuse of office and I won't stand for it. So listen, I need you to go in there and catch them slacking. Oh, and feel free to be extra mean to Aja if you want. Lakeside Getaway. Checking on the research team at the Biano water purification plant. Tatsu's like, when will the torture end? Seriously, just get over there and let them have it. Line them up, then line them down, slapping their faces with your open hand. And tell them it's from Rosie. I'm trusting you to head on over to Biano water purification plant and turn their little lakeside paradise into a living hell. Slap. Like, fine, I'll go do it, reluctantly. Yeah, it turns out everything's not all peachy at this place. Help! Please, someone, help! Open the door, I'm begging you! Please let me out! Investigate the door. Help me! Someone open the door! Force the door open. Ask Aja what's going on. Hello? Oh, thank goodness you heard me. The plant doors stopped working and I'm trapped in here. The rest of the research team should be somewhere in the facility. Can you please get the key card from one of them? Be careful, there's monsters running about. Find one, don't hesitate to kill it. Okie dokie.
Sleeping dogs have risen.
The sleeping dogs have risen from eggs. So NATO Blade!
It's furious blast.
Offensive stance. Don't get a chance to do some damage.
Tornado Blade!
Tornado blade. Tornado blade. Tornado blade.
We got a keycard. I was gonna say, this seems suspicious. Oh, thank you, I can finally get out. Sounded like the thing was dying. Were you the one that killed it? Ask Aja why she was trapped in there. Ask her why she knows, or whether she knows about the cocoons surrounding the plant. You're saying it's outside as well? But that's crazy. None of that was here before. And why are you here? What? Rosie asked you to come? Then I owe her one for saving me, I guess. Do you hear that? It's a warning that something's wrong with the plant. I'm sorry, but could I ask you to go check it out? Going to look at the surveillance footage and try to get an idea of what's happened. Rosie's unintentionally helping. Good for her. More eggs, just lovely. Oh boy. Everyone, guns out!
As you wish.
I was gonna lay into him anyway.
Pew pew!
Right to the kisser. Now, rip him then. Starfall
It's sure
Roger.
to work now.
Powering up would be the smartest. Starfall play. Okay.
Boost attack.
On the neck. Biotic spree.
Now get in there.
We'll put a solid pen. Furious blast.
Yeah, they look like just the peachiest things.
Pen. I'm taking a shot from above. Everyone knows decoy round.
Gravity slash.
Starfall flare. Die. Starlight dust gun. Clean up.
I won't miss this chance.
Atomic hit. Shoot down.
Pew!
Mindstorm. Furious blast.
Number 3!
Biotic spree.
That's disgusting.
Now get
Yeah,
in
that
there.
checks.
Close quarters. Starfall play.
Claw whip.
Starfall decoy round.
Kill.
Okay, they've been killed. Good. No! Here we go again. To the front of the plant. Yes, a little bit, my gosh. No, stay back, please, Ian, help! Get behind us if you value your life. Time for round 3. Fight!
They're not really planning to fight.
Wear them down from a distance.
Wear them down from a distance.
Offensive stance.
Atomic hit. Starfall play.
Tornado blade. We're in a good position.
Close quarters.
Move in.
Watching the kiss out.
No, triple them!
It's sure to work now.
Furious blast.
Tornado blade.
Now while they're
Tornado blade. Tornado blade.
That doesn't even count as a warm.
And dead. And Temenos is excited. It's like, we gave him a giant sword and a gun and he thinks he's tough crap now. He's like, unfortunately my spirit bombs didn't translate to me being in a mimeosome, so I'm stuck with weapons.
Now what?
That was one of those things that attacked us. Those cocoons. It hatched out of one of them. I can't take this anymore, I can't. Ian, where are you? Where did everyone go? I want to go back to NLA. Tell Asia to stay strong. Show Asia one of the ID cards you collected from the creatures. This is one of their ID cards, so those things ate everyone? Oh god, no, I can't freak out. We need to get at the camera footage. But Ian had the only ID card with viewing access for the security system. Wait, you have Ian's ID card. Did it come from that monster too? We can get at the camera data with this. Sorry, could you maybe look at it instead? I don't feel so well. I'm just gonna take a quick shower, is that okay? Tell Asia to go ahead and freshen up, point out to Asia how sick she looks and convince her to stick around. Really? I mean, I feel so sweaty and gross and wrong, but if you say so, I trust your judgment. Right, okay, let's take a look. Here. Stick Ian's ID card in the terminal. Why is my skin so dry? Feels like it's peeling off. I really need a shower. Activating main system. Please insert ID card. Authenticating. Identity verified. Access privileges granted. The following info is available. View info about the facility. View research personnel. View security camera detail. Data corrupted. Cause unknown. Extracting recoverable data. Please wait. Extraction of audio data complete. Replaying audio data now. Please let Aegis survive this. Good, she's not showing any symptoms yet. I wish that thing would have eaten us and been done with it. Wait, is the security system running? I have to leave a record of this. My name's Ian Parker. The rest of my team here at the water purification plant's dead save for Asia. There's some kind of primordial creature here. When it attacks, it lays its eggs inside the victim. It's like the parasitic wasp back on Earth that laid their young inside caterpillars. When the eggs hatch, they take over the host body and maneuver it toward a favorable location. Water. Give me water, please. Please, I need water. Water. Hello? Is anyone there? Ian? Ian, open the door. Please, I'm stuck in here. Open the door, Ian. Talk to Asia. So the reason I crave water is because of whatever's planted inside me? Is that what happened to the others? Were those things... was that them? Express concern for her condition, stay wary and watch for signs of transformation. You're not afraid of me? That's very kind. Right, as long as I avoid water, the docks in NLA can hopefully remove the eggs before they hatch. I'm going back now. Please let Rosie know I'm okay. Yeah, I was gonna be like, yeah, we'd be dead. So yeah, basically, if you tell her to go take a shower, she will turn into one of those things and you have to mercy kill her. So if you want her alive, do not tell her to take a shower, but it's one of those, like, in retrospect, you might not know that on a blind playthrough. But yeah, that is indeed horrifying. It's like, ugh. It's like, I know these are cyborg bodies, but geez. When they come back from the life hole, they're gonna remember that crap.
Oh, it's you.
Well, how'd it go? You slapped the lazy out of him? Did Aja cry? I want details and pictures. What? Everyone but Agent, they're dead? And she had an egg inside her body and it's being surgically removed as we speak? No, that's simply not possible. Joe Rosie, the researcher's ID card is proved. Ask if Rosie she's happy that Age is suffering. Oh god, no, they were my friends. I'm gonna go check on her. Here, this is for saving her life. You succeeded in rescuing Aja from the indigents that attacked the Biano water purification plant. Yeah, it's like, yep, I am never gonna badmouth my friends ever again. I have learned a valuable lesson on this day. Alright, then we got Gwen's 5th affinity, or a heart-to-heart over there.
Hey, listen.
Evening, Temenos. Funny running into you here, huh? I was just about to go have dinner with Matthias and Lieutenant Arena, but the lieutenant wanted to buy something at the store, so I'm just waiting for her to finish. Shouldn't be too long now. Suggest that Gwen buy a present for Arena, offer to take Arena's place at dinner. A present? What? So yeah, today isn't any sort of special day and I don't have any reason to give her one, so yeah, I think she would find it pretty suspicious. But I have been thinking I might use my share of our next assignment to get her something really incredible for her birthday. Like maybe that new assault rifle from Sakuraba Industries. What do you think? Recommend a Meredith Company weapon instead. Recommend Camden Incredible Protective Wear instead. Recommend that Gwen buy Arena a ring. Oh my gosh. A weapon from Meredith & Co. Well, if that's your suggestion, I'm sure she'd love it. Maybe I should take a closer look at some of the other options instead of just grabbing the Sakuraba one. Thanks for your opinion. Means a lot. Looks like she's coming back now. Well, I gotta go. Hope we can work on a mission together soon. You completed the matchmaker.
Careful.
Yeah, because he definitely has a one-sided crush on her. Which will be more apparent later. Yeah, there's a reason that command doesn't exist, and that's just so I don't have to go to the bathroom during the stream, or the likelihood is way lower. Alright, then there's that quest over there. I won't lie, this mission's a real gamble, but somebody has to stand up and do it. The question is who? If we send in someone sloppy or inexperienced, it's basically a death sentence. Press Julius for more information about the mission, inquire as to what his role is. I've been ordered to find a blade who will accept and complete a high-risk mission. If you're interested, I'll give the details. So as you probably know, the survey of Noctil is pretty far along at this point, and as a result of that, we've recently picked up a strange signal. It's a bit tough to parse through all the noise, but it sounds like it might be an SOS coming from the Sun Catch Ravine. It's similar to a human signal, but not identical, almost like it's attempting to mimic one of our own. Say it's worth checking out, tell Julius it smells like a trap. Believe me, you're not the first person to think that. Especially since no blades have gone missing anywhere near the ravine, which means it's not a human sending the signal. So what do you think? The potential gains are huge, but so is danger. The mission demands the best of the best, and I'm thinking that just might be you. So will you take it? Rescue at the Esconded Citadel. A strange SOS signal's been received from Noctilum that might be coming from a new alien race. Go there and investigate. On behalf of Blade HQ, I appreciate it. Good luck. Come back safe. Off we go! Yeah, and I was checking this out yesterday. I forgot there's actually some of the smaller sandworms in this continent. That's 3 continents that have sandworms to a certain extent. Although in this case, they're more like dirt worms. Evan, say 211. Did you receive our distress call? We're only able to broadcast a very weak signal for fear of the ganglion. We're glad it was sufficient. Ask who the xenoforms are, offer the xenoforms help if they require it. Indeed, hence the distress signal we sent out. By our calculations, humans have a 51% chance of destroying the ganglion. We wish to ally ourselves with the stronger side. However, we represent a valuable asset to the ganglion. They'll be loath to part with our considerable technological expertise. It follows that they'll embark on a concerted attack against your kind in order to take us back by force. Urge them to come back to NLA with you, ask what the race is called, ask what the xenoform referred to itself as we. That's a logical course of action, but I fear it's somewhat premature. There's others of my kind who are currently stranded. I'd ask that you help me rescue them. This constitutes all existing Orphe at present. I request that you escort us to NLA. Regrettable. I suppose detection was inevitable. My kind are technologicalists, not warriors. We'll have to fight them and keep us safe. Please? You got it. HP's like, I'm just gonna put myself in the front here. Superior decoy round. Time to make a good first impression with the new alien race by kicking the crap out of the ganglion. Alright, Doug's at max affinity, but first, round 2. Here we go. Along with a random bat. And done. Yeah, that's why I've used it as soon as I found that out. And it gets even more busted once you add the dual guns, but I'm currently leveling that up, so I'm not even using it yet. And that's not even the, like, don't get me wrong, it's busted, but it gets even more busted once you get certain arts that you get access to later in the campaign. Then it really gets busted. Enemy neutralization confirmed. You've done well. Now please accompany us to NLA before reinforcements arrive. Yeah, I know there's like several it's like setups and builds to make Overdrive broken. That's just kind of the one I learned back in the day that it was easier for me to pick up, which is why I recommend it for people, because like it might not be like the most complicated one on the planet, but my gosh, the results just show themselves. And I mean, it was broken even before they added that other before they added quick cooldown. That makes it even more broken now. Yeah, and I know that was another one of the builds I saw back in the day. It's definitely a solid build. It just kind of came down to what was easier for me to pick back up back in 2015 when the OG one came out. You can definitely do a lot of damage with the skells, but my gosh, I've just noticed that fighting a lot of these things with a lot of health are just... It's easier with overdrive, and really your 3 party members are just there as meat shields at that point, so that you just don't take damage while you're just completely destroying the darn thing.
Yup.
Nice work.
Excellent work! I don't know what we expected, but it sure wasn't rescuing Xenos from the ganglion. And Xenos with advanced tech, no less. We're rational beings guided and informed by logic. Our technology far surpasses yours. We're positive we shall be of great assistance in the development of your city. We have Director General Shosan's approval. The Xenos can have asylum in exchange for assisting our survey of Mira, as well as providing any anti-ganglion intel they might have. We'll also be forming a new arms manufacturer. We previously engaged in weapon development for the ganglion. Now we should put that expertise to use for you humans. In return, you will defend us. We scratch their backs, they scratch ours. Scratching is unnecessary. We'll hold the terms of our alliance as previously discussed. That rescue mission was a crapshoot, but it paid off. Thanks for making it such a success. You have the gratitude of the Orphe as well. The SOS signal was sent by a race known as the Orphe. You saved them and brought them to NLA. The Orphe are jumping on the arms manufacturing bandwagon with a company called Orphean Technologies. Being an engineer, I can't wait to see what they do with their knowledge of ganglion tech. Head to the AM terminal and Armory Alley to check them out. And thus we have rescued the bug people. Orphean Technologies, an arms manufacturer made up of Orpheans who defected from the ganglion to NLA. The architecture of their gear differs greatly from the conventional human tech. High evasion protective wear is their principal product. Orphean Tech Runt. Lightwear series, go forth, evade and conquer.
As for Blake,
Hey.
Alright, so apart from the lobster one, let's see if there's any other ones left. Alright, so that one opened up now that we rescued the Orphe. Yeah, now that we rescued the Orphe, the other half of their ship opens up. Port side. Yeah, and you can't view L's second affinity or heart-to-heart until after you've done this.
Oh.
What a pleasing coincidence to see you here, Temenos. Or perhaps it's destiny. After enjoying some idle chit-chat with Mr. Nagi, we were attempting to play a little word game that he taught to us. It's a game played by many Earth cultures called Shiritori, Word Chain, and Antakshari, among other names. The rules are simple. Choose a word that begins with the final sound of the previous word, yet our attempts to play have all ended failure. Play with L to help him improve his skills, explain to L you're not familiar with the game. We're most grateful. Then if we may be so bold, would you choose a word with which to start the game? Begin with game, begin with blade, begin with whale. Quite fine, Mr. Nagi had mentioned that a straightforward word is a typical opening. Then we must say a word that begins with like Mimiaso. Strange how we don't seem to have any problems playing the game with you, but we're unsuccessful in playing with others. Suggest that other players don't understand the rules, say that players need to speak the same language. Oh, but of course, you're exactly right. How could we not have realized that? Each of the players in the game were speaking an entirely different language. We're speaking English, the Nopon were speaking Nopon, and the Manon were speaking Manon. Somehow we were able to communicate, but of course the sounds that formed our words would have differed from language to language. We're so glad you came we came to you with this problem. Your powers of perspiration are second to none, so we must attain a sufficient level of fluency in the Manon language to play word games properly. It's settled then. You'll excuse me, we have a great deal of studying to do. You completed wordplay. And we got max affinity with L. I thank you for your help in Noctilum, human. Without you, we would not have reached NLA. I was just discussing plans for the future with my people. Though discussing is an inaccurate and overly human description of the action. We Orphe are not susceptible to differences in opinion. This activity is merely a final verification for the sake of formality. Very true, we are servants of the Ova. Disagreements a practical impossibility. Ask what the Ova is, ask why disagreement is impossible. The Ova is our reason for existence and the incontrovertible will that guides us. It's peace into itself to mankind and also the thread that links us together. In truth, it's somewhat difficult to express in words, but we feel it quite viscerally within us. Tell me, Kunlarub, where are Sunseleg and Konlaram? Gathering them here is your responsibility as our leader. I did not see Sunseleg, so I sent Konlarab out to meet him. Yet the probability of him arriving tardy was a scant 6.4%. Hope no trouble's befallen him. Kularu, we have a problem! Was searching for Sunseleg and along the way found evidence of a Definian infiltration in NLA. Definians? Are they why Sunseleg hasn't arrived? Ask for more information on the Definians, offer to help the clearly troubled Orpheans. They're a covert force working under the Ganglion. Their ability to assume the forms of other creatures makes them excellent suited for infiltration missions. It'd be a rather simple matter, for instance, for one of their numbers to take the guise of a human and enter the city. If they've entered NLA and Sunseleg's missing. It's premature to draw conclusions, but he may be in serious danger. Human Blade, will you accept a formal request to locate Sunseleg? Please lend us your strength. The Definians are involved, it's meaningless to search for them ourselves. Only death would await us. Sunseleg rises. An Orphean who just recently moved to NLA requests that you help requesting your help finding out what happened to Sunseleg. We have an agreement then. Kolarab, please show all the Pentient information you have with this human. I last saw Sunseleg on the residential district elevator. I watched him take it up on his way to the Manon ship and return to the residential district myself. Therefore, witnesses should have been present wherever he went from there. As a human yourself, gathering testimony from human residents should be a simple task. Please find where he was taken as quickly as possible. Off we go! So yeah, if you guys recall, there was a Definian that was involved in Hope's second Affinity quest. Basically, what the person or the individual looked like, that's what the Definians all look like. That's what we're going to be dealing with eventually.
Trouble?
A human woman was forcibly dragging one of those bug guys towards the east gate. Now, that's kidnapping, right? Or bug-napping? Either way, I should have done something.
I can help.
What is that?
The woman dragging the Xeno stole a vehicle before it could be refueled. On that amount, she probably couldn't get any further than the entrance to Oblivia. I mean, that's still quite the distance, and that's pretty impressive. Have you learned anything of Sun Saleg's whereabouts? Tell Sun Barak that Sun Saleg's likely in Oblivia. Ask if the bug guy could be Sun Saleg. Oblivia? Troubling news. But it's good fortune he was not killed on the spot. Seems to indicate that they feel we're enough use to merit keeping alive. There may still be time to save Sun Saleg. We'll make preparations to travel to Oblivia at once. It's best we hurry. The Ova's quite restless. I believe the sign of larger things to come. You're especially attuned to the Ova's nuanced activity. Your concerns certainly merit consideration. I request you travel on ahead and aid Sun Saleg however you can, Taminos. Whatever his condition, we'll use it to the extent of our knowledge to see him brought home safely, provided he's alive. Suggest that traveling together makes the most sense, obey him and head for Oblivia. It's true that traveling by ourselves bears a certain risk, but every hour that passes takes with another sliver of the possibility that Sun Saleg is alive. This is our conclusion given the sum of the circumstances. Please make for Oblivia straight away and do not worry about us. My kind can stay hidden from danger given the proper equipment. Off we go! It's like, thank goodness I remembered to save. Yeep. Wee. Stoyanov Trail. Well, we found Sun Saleg. Yeah, so that's what the Definians look like. Why did someone have to come along now? Allow me to deduce the reason for your arrival. Ah, yes, of course. Sun Barak and the others sent you to rescue me. The tables have turned, Definian. Now it's you who'll be cornered with an 89.6% likelihood of your own demise. Quiet, fool! You, human! Come any closer and this one dies. You want him to live, you will turn and walk away. Turn back as the Definian says, take a provocative step forward. Screw you! A wise choice. She was clearly sent to take me back alive. A Definian underling like her would not have the authority to kill me. If that happened, she would be the next to die, as punishment for disobeying orders. Damn you! It's true, I can't kill you, but I can make you wish for death once I kill this human. Time to swat down the flies before picking the legs off this insect. Alright, bring it.
They're not really planning to fight me.
Time to fight Juice.
Rhythm down for the decoy round.
First grenade.
We're in a good position. Move in. Tornado blade.
Tornado Blade!
To do some damage.
Shoot down.
And dead. The self-styled elite's heart. Yay, we did it! Your strength is almost feral. To think you were able to completely neutralize even a Definian. Clearly we were correct to side with you humans. Hope you'll continue to eradicate all those who would do harm to us. Swear that no target will escape your sights. Chide Sunseleg's for his bloodthirsty request. You got it. Your tone inspires great confidence. You Blades are a far more skillful pack of assassins than those Definians. In any case, let's hurry to NLA. We have no time to waste. We must assemble as many of our numbers on this planet as... This is why you finished the job. You're right, I will die. But I will not go being mocked by insects. I will not go alone! Wow, what an asshole. No! My ova fades. This is death then. But there's so much left to do. No, we were too late. Do not fret, Sunseleg. You live still. I don't have long, but yes. Then let us use Senirapa water to pass your knowledge and the will on to the next generation. Kularub, this is the last of our Senirapa water. If we use it now, we may find a new source of Senirapa water in time. But if Sunseleg's wisdom is lost, it is gone forever. Use the Senirapa water. Grow the life of Sunseleg. Inquire about the Senirapa water. Inquire as to what they mean grow the life. Bear witness, human, to the continuation of an unbroken chain of Orphean life. Sunseleg, release your life into the light. Release your ova into the light. Whoa. It is the birth of Tanseleg and Tenseleg, divided from the life of Sunseleg. And my name is Tanseleg? And I am Tenseleg. Correct, new children of the ova. I'm pleased we were in time. What the frick? So you see, human, we do not engage in inefficient animal-like reproductive methods. We multiply by fission using the medium of Senirapa water. Such is the power of the ova. Is it not a marvelous way of existence? Not in deep appreciation for this new way of life, Scowl insists that such a thing is unnatural. Whoa. Many other races have shown an inability to understand, but it seems you humans are a special lot. I'm sorry you don't have an ova of your own. But Kunlarub, what are we to do now that we've used the last of the Senirapa water? Do you think the four of us and our two new kin are enough to survive on this planet? We'll return to NLA and make plans. With our wisdom and the guidance of the ova, we will find the proper course. I'll follow you wherever you see fit to lead, Kunlarub. Or rather, I have complete trust in the ova's urges to place my trust in your judgment. I'll return to the city at once. I thank you, human. Though Sunseleg's life worse, the worst outcome was avoided. I hope you'll continue to be the strength of a strengthless people and to aid in the survival and prosperity of the Orphe. Sunseleg perished before you could rescue him, but he divided into two new Orpheans. Just what is this ova the Orphe speak of? It's a miracle. Alright, now we got max affinity with HB. Alright, Doug's at max affinity. And we're at max affinity with Fry. Alright, then we got a couple of heart-to-hearts we can view. Huh, Tamanos? I can't believe I let you see me like this. You of all people. Oh, this is so humiliating. I was just performing my secret training regimen when this dog happened by. But this is the first time I ever stopped to pet a dog, I swear. Smile and thank HB for being kind to your pet. Remind HB that NLA is supposed to be his forge. And people say I'm rude. Alas, you have the better of me. I can't even begin to formulate a response to your cutting barbs. Perhaps you should discuss that statement further. Before, I said I do not see NLA as a place for rest and relaxation, but instead as a forge upon which to temper my skills. I may have been mistaken. I realized it just now as I was petting this dog. While I'm in NLA, pursuing my secret training regimen, of course, is incredibly important. But reminding myself of our struggle's ultimate point is also important. Perhaps even more so. Otherwise, no matter how strong my sense of purpose, I could lose sight of what I'm fighting for. Our goal as Blades is not just to fight for this world, but to live in the happiness upon it. Agree with HB, mock him for taking so long to figure this out. Yes, I am truly grateful I've met this dog, and to a lesser extent you. You completed a kindly man. Alright, that one we need the pet cat for.
Oh, now
A
this is
fine day to you,
embarrassing.
my friend. Look at the way this cat's staring at us with such expectant eyes. Perhaps it's aware that it's reached its peak of quality and is eager to be cooked and eaten? Insist that cats are not food, explain to Elle that cat is probably just hungry. We wondered why no one else has beaten us to it. It's forbidden to eat cats. Categorically? We mean no disrespect, but this human custom strikes us as peculiar. After all, you eat birds, do you not? Of course we understand why you would refrain from eating Nopon as the prone do. The Nopon are beings that are capable of communicating with us, but neither cats nor chickens can speak. So then what means do you use to determine whether they are food or not? Answer that different cultures have different customs. Explain to Ella humans usually care more about cute-looking animals. How interesting. So even within humanity, different cultures create different rules. It's also terribly vague and difficult for us xenoforms to understand, but perhaps that's typical of humanity. Well, different strikes for different blokes, as you say. This diversity seems to be one of humanity's defining features. For example, our inventions occasionally have minor defects that can lead to suboptimal user experiences such as electrocution or severe burns. When we upset a Manon, we give the complainant a pizza and all is forgiven. But humans are seldom mollified by cheese-covered dough discs. Instead, we must listen to each human's grievances and respond individually. It's quite tiresome. But ultimately, humanity is stronger for such diversity. It's what gives you such limitless potential. If you'd like to learn more about humanity and to witness the breadth of your potential firsthand, Perhaps rearing a cat would give us some valuable insight into this matter. And as you humans say, he who hesitates is a loser. We'll speak to Defense Secretary Nagi and ask him to requise a cat for us immediately. You completed Kitty Chow. Hell no. Alright, then its fourth one appears in the commercial district.
Hey! Fancy of you to meet us here!
Ah, my dear friend Temenos, we were hoping you'd come by today. We just signed a major distribution deal with a food manufacturer. Are you surprised? We bet you're wondering which of our inventions would be of interest to a food company. Well, let us tell you, it's a low-calorie, highly addictive medicinal salsa. It's made entirely of local Miran fruits and vegetables, including kase beans, charupa leaves, and cran jelly. It has virtually no calories, and it helps regulate blood sugar while promoting good intestinal health. Its flavor profile is so complementary with processed meats, it makes hot dogs exponentially more delicious when applied as a topping. So delicious, in fact, the test subject will eat as many hot dogs you give them in a single sitting. Well, are you impressed? You know how much we value your opinion. Express jealousy over how much money L will make, express concern that people will overeat hot dogs, suggest that L develop a pizza sauce for the man-on. The representatives from the food company made the same request. They said the man-on pizza market's bigger than the human hot dog market by a factor of 20. But it's not as if we set out to make a low-calorie, highly addictive medicinal salsa. It was a fluke, a lucky accident. So we decided it would be best to take our time and start by selling the salsa. After all, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single successful niche market product launch. And since you had the same idea, we'd be delighted to work with you in the pizza sauce research. Pizza! You completed Salsa Salvo. Alright, then this fifth one's over here. You all see more of this later, but this is the L dance. Witness it in all of its glory. He's basically supposed to be mimicking the Nopon dance, like that's what he's doing.
Fancy of you to meet us here!
Ah, my dear friend Temenos, we suspected this might pique your curiosity. After all, how could anyone possibly fail to notice such a splendid exercise routine? Yeah, speaking from experience, I get tired after doing that dance in 5 minutes, because, yeah, I totally tried that when the game first came out, because I was curious. It is actually a good workout. Ask what exercises L is doing, insist that L teach you his exercise routine. We never cease to be amazed by your ability to intuitively grasp the truths that lesser minds resist, Temenos. Surely you're no average human. This is a hybrid exercise program of our own creation. Its foundation is a daily Japanese calisthenics routine, which Secretary Nagi has kindly taught to us. We also have incorporated elements of Nopon gymnastics as well as a movement that's taken from prone coming-of-age dances. And what is the genesis of this inspired menagerie? Merely that NOA is a city of many species living together, and yet there's no common exercise routine to unite us. We saw the void and took it upon ourselves to fill it. We have neither been one to resist Destiny's trumpet, after all. It would please us to no end to have your endorsement. Commend L for his impressive exercise routine, shame him for his apparent— No, don't shame him! You honor us, my friend. This is high praise indeed. It was too much to hope that all the xenoforms of NLA would line up to join us as soon as they witnessed our bold display. But now that we have a partner of such lofty stature, all will be well. We are overconfident that our combined efforts of public outreach will win over the city twice as quickly. Slow and steady may win the race, but 2 turtles are faster than 1. You completed Workout Warrior.
Ah,
Yeah, might as well go drop the Moranium off while we're at it. Level 3! Heavyware Series. By pairing defense with evasion, we've engineered invincibility. Alright, then I'll check the Collectopedia to see if we found anything else. Bringing that up to 87%. Bringing that up to 80. Stays at 75. That goes up to 60 even. And that stays at 62. Yeah, and eventually once we do Fog's second affinity mission, this is what makes this, the dual gun part of this broken, is the fact that you can make clones of yourself and it will be less the enemies will be less likely to attack you. This is the reason you want the dual guns. Well, we won't get that for another chapter, unfortunately, but it's that good. And then also, you as you get this, it also adds Hellhound, which allows you to extend Overdrive by 5 seconds. That's the other reason you want to start getting the dual gun class. Now time for the last order of business. I mean, we'll definitely start Chapter 7 tomorrow, but there's one more side quest we can start at this point. It's time for the lobster side quest! What's the lobster side quest, you ask? Oh boy, you'll find out in a minute. It all starts when you approach the lobster. Time to commence Operation Lobster! Clip, clip, clop, do you hear that? The footsteps. Is that death creeping up behind you? Or are they your own steps as you ascend the gallows? Either way, each step brings you closer to your own end. The end begins! Good morning, good morning! Ask who the person is and what they want. Tell the person you're hanging up. Whatever. Patience, friend, patience. You wouldn't want to miss the blood lobster's helpful hint, would you? You might just die for it. But first, a game. Do you see that toy in front of you? Pick it up and throw it as far as you can. Hurry now. And if you don't, boom! It's true. Listen to you. It's hard if you don't believe me. Clip, clip, clop. Do you hear that? The footsteps? Is that death creeping up behind you, or are they your own steps as you ascend the gallows? Take the toy and hurl it as far as you can. Pick it up and listen for any strange sounds. I got this. Yeet! I am the Blood Lobster, Grim Reaper of NLA. You owe your life to me. Humans, Xenos, none of it matters. This rotten ark and everyone on it will end in a wall of fire and pain. No one gets out alive. Do you hear those little heartbeats? I've left 100 of these adorable little presents around the city. And you're the only one who knows. But if you tell another soul, boom! Uh-oh, I hear Death's footsteps getting closer. I'd start running if you hope to beat me to the bang. Rise of the Blood Lobster. The Blood Lobsters planted explosives around NLA. Retrieve the cuddly toys that hide bombs. As long as you're you, Temenos, the countdown will not stop. Now run! Run and suffer! Dance to the mad tune of your own inexorable future! Meanwhile, these three are just like, what the heck is up with this guy? Well, guys, you're my teammates. You guys signed up for this. I almost forgot to mention something important. I left some of my feisty little babies in places that can only be reached with a skell. If you don't have one yet, it's time to pull up those grown-up pants and get clearance from that idiot commander of yours. That's all for now. The next thing you hear from me will be boom! Don't keep my little babies waiting. Tick-tock, tick-tock! And then another part of it he doesn't mention is the fact that you, like, some of the ones later on, not only do you need a skell, you need the flight module specifically. So this is kind of a quest that happens gradually as the quest progresses, but you can get, like, the first, for sure at least the first 20 right now. They basically drop it in 5 batches of 20. And this is where I highly recommend you use an internet guide. I cannot stress this enough. Like, don't be a martyr, please. As someone who's done it, like, as cold turkey as possible, please don't be a martyr. As someone who's collected all 1900 Korok seeds in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild collectively, don't be a martyr. Even best case scenario, I still needed a guide to collect at least like 5 or 10 of them or so. Oh gosh. Yeah, and then I was just checking to see what they do with this quest. Yeah, because in the original version they don't actually pinpoint where the lobsters are, and it looks like they don't in this one either. I was just curious how they were gonna handle this. But yeah, basically, if you see a red object, it's a stuffed lobster. And then, yeah, that 99 is on purpose. The 100th one doesn't show up until the very end. Alright, so that's where Neil hangs out, apparently. Lobster! Yeah, the first batch you don't need a scale yet, but my gosh, it makes it way less of a pain in the butt if you do, because you can just zip around a lot faster. But yeah, that level 60 is definitely there by design, because essentially this whole quest is you getting 100 lobsters and then fighting a person at the end of it. And that fight is pretty much level 60 or pretty darn adjacent to it, so yeah, you definitely don't want to tackle that under level 60 unless you're just a god gamer. Lobster! Yeah, case in point, you can make this jump with just the Mimiasome, but my gosh, the skull makes it easier. Okay, so it looks like at least from a distance, they kind of make a... They look like they're red and beeping, which I'm curious ones now. Wonder if it shows up a bit more at night. Yeah, in terms of the lobster locations, they will not be outside of NLA, but at the same time, they could be anywhere within the city itself. Okay, so they do have a marker when you get adjacent, so that's good. Yeah, like this one, you straight up need a Skell to get that one, like... You probably could get it with a Mimiasome, but my gosh, why would you torture yourself? Alright, there's another one on that beam over there. Yeah, eventually some of them will spawn down there. Yeah, that's already 21 of them, jeez. And Doug's like, what are you doing, Temenos? Nothing! Man, that cleric needs some sleep. That's 30 so far. $35. But yeah, so eventually, to put in perspective, some of the lobsters are going to be on top of those towers. Like, we're talking, yeah, you definitely need the flight module to get some of the later ones. But yeah, the first half I know aren't too bad. You just have to know where to look in some cases. Yeah, without a guide and too much difficulty, I found about 2/5 of them. And then there's sneaky ones like this one. Yeah, now we actually have 2/5 of them. The fact that I remember the locations of this many is kind of nuts. Alright, time to consult the holy scripture, I mean guide. Ah, yes, this is the exact guide I used when I looked this up the first. Oh, wow! So I'm looking at this next one. There's actually a lot more of a specific location of where all the lobsters are. Wow! Holy crap! Wow. Now time to figure out which ones I missed. Oh boy. So there's that one.
By the way,
Did you know there's a whole nother continent north of NLA? They say that these giant petrified tree things all over the place there, and that sometimes they have stuff hidden inside. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's why I couldn't find some. There's already straight up some on the Manon ship already.
You know? Fascinating, right? Cool! Well... Hey, yeah?
So I guess our lost companion was eaten by a vicious suit on the north shore of Dampath Lake? That is so terrible.
Well... Talk about cute.
One, two, three, four.
I'm tired.
Alright, so that'll be the extent of me touching that until basically later in the game once the rest of them, or we're able to get the rest of them once we got the flight module, but we got pretty much almost half of them, so that was a good amount of progress we made on getting the lobsters, so then we won't have to get all 99 when we eventually get the remaining batch of them. Alright, that'll wrap. Let's see. Yeah, let's go drop the Moranium off, and then we'll go wrap up, and then we'll start tomorrow's session off with Chapter 7. Drone Storm! Alright, we'll pick it up tomorrow. Alright, so thanks for tuning into the stream. I was able to get some more progress done in the game, and then we'll continue that up tomorrow, and then besides that, we'll be continuing Blast Core and playing My Disney Kitchen later in the week. That'll wrap it up, so let's go find a raid target. Let's go raid Ilita. Alright, cool. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.
Going.